Oh, welcome. See, you gotta do it like that. Welcome, you guys, to the Dr. G Show. I'm Dr. Garrett, and this is Holly Hajaj, or Holly 3.0. It's Holly 3.0.
Yeah, that's me.
And who are you? We have a special guest today.
Yep, I'm Suzanne. Hello again.
Suzanne Blockett.
Yes.
Yes. She got
and you
that.
said that right.
Yeah, because
Sorry, Holly.
her coach would always say, block it.
No, it was...
What?
What joke did you say that one?
I told you a joke every time you...
Every time I talk to him on the phone, he has a joke.
I'd say,
about...
what did Coach say when you were playing basketball? Suzanne, block it. Right? So
yeah,
block
there
it.
you go. Hi, everyone.
There's Carol
Welcome.
Farrell.
Hey, Carol.
Christine.
You're really good at seeing that. I guess I need to wear my
'Cause I'm
glasses
young.
the whole time.
I'm just barely over 20.
Hi, everybody.
So
Christine.
today's show, we're doing a continuation.
Yeah.
Did you tell me your name?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
I did.
So on today's show, it's episode 116. And we're doing a continuation of What the Actual Hell. So.
Like this tea?
Oh, yeah.
This tea.
What the actual hell is
check
this?
this out.
This is really good.
This is like, if
Hey,
this
Tim.
was smell-o-vision, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's really bright.
We can't see that. It's very bright.
It's very bright.
Yeah,
so advertising people that do this, keep that in mind. I don't think you...
There it is.
There it
Now
is.
it's working.
So it's Tezo, it's the...
It's yellow cake.
It's
Oh,
glazed lemon loaf. If
Tea.
you like lemon loaf flavors or anything lemon,
It's all natural.
it's all natural and it tastes
It
just
either
like
tastes like really good
glazed
lemon glaze cake
glazed.
or that crappy cake from Walmart that your mom would make, the yellow flour.
Oh, right.
Mm.
Yeah, no, this has some really cool ingredients in it.
Yeah.
It's got apple, green rubios, orange peel, chamomile, rose petals, licorice root, and ginger.
So it's an adaptogen and anti-inflammatory,
That's right.
and it tastes like lemon cake.
It's
So
like
it's really good.
dessert.
Hey, Stacy.
So
Hey, On. So we are finishing our What the Hell because we had way too much.
Last week.
And I found some really good stuff too. So we had some really good stuff, but now we have some really more interesting, crazy stuff. So we're going to start with those first. And then if we go back, then we can talk about basically how we eat and drink petroleum products for greater profitability.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first thing we want to talk about. So last time we hit a few things because we talked about the aspiracyst, where they basically stick a tube in your stomach and then you twist the valve and then you can just eat whatever the hell you want, and
And then
you
just go to the bathroom and just dump it.
medically
Turn the little
assisted
valve on and-
bulimia.
Right.
Yeah, which seems like a great idea. I don't think you can go wrong with that.
Has anybody ever done that?
Yeah, anybody
Used
got that?
That tool or whatever you want to call
They
it.
should have. I'm surprised not everybody and their mother has that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, I want steak tonight, but I don't want to process it.
Well, and they said you got to drain like 2/3 of your stomach out.
Oh.
You want to get crazy. You want to
Right.
get crazy, right? But that's that. Yeah.
You don't want to dump everything out.
We
You
talked-
do need some nutrients.
And we talked about
Yeah.
doing that with some Diet Coke and Mentos, and then sprays everywhere.
Yeah.
So we thought that was
I
pretty good.
forgot.
Yeah.
We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's been a week.
All right. So the very first thing we want to talk about today. So we're talking about what the actual hell, and some bizarre stuff. So if you guys have stuff that you think is weird or bizarre, let us know. We had some pretty good interaction last time.
Well, one of the things that we had a topic on last time was in addition to the stomach pump,
Yeah.
was the poo.
Oh, a
Yeah.
fecal transplant.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
You didn't
And-
bring your bag of poo for me.
No, I didn't. No, Leslie said she was going to give it to you.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, this is a real deal. And we have a friend of ours, Leslie, who has actually done that procedure for her son.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I
So
try
some-
to do that for my kids. I poo in a bag, and I'm always trying to feed them, but they won't do it. I'm like, it's for...
Do you just like smear it everywhere? And then I'll get all that. They ingest it. And,
What?
well, I mean,
All right.
it comes in the form of a pill, right? sometimes?
Yeah, they put a capsule. Yeah.
Yeah, so just...
Or they stick a tube. Yeah. So, the first thing we want to talk about is human tissue, actually human fetal tissue that is injected into people. You ever heard of that?
No.
All right. So there's two different aborted fetuses that we still use those cells to make vaccines with. And so they started back in 1966, which was the MRC, which is like Medical Research Company or Center or something like that. So it doesn't mean anything outside of that. But MRC-5, in 1966, there was a male aborted fetus that they took those cells and then generated, basically kept growing those. Kind of like that one woman, have you ever read the book? They took her cells and they've been growing cells from her cells, and they wrote a book about it, and she doesn't have any right to her cells. She didn't give permission. So
somebody look that up.
I
Somebody
know,
Google it. Oh my gosh.
It's
That's
a
unbelievable.
black woman like years ago, because she's
Wasn't
still
there
alive.
a movie that just came out about that?
I don't know.
Does anybody know?
I think it was The Evil Dead.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
hey, Valerie, we've got Valerie's on too.
yeah,
Hi. Hi,
Valerie.
everybody.
All right, so the MRC-5 in vaccines is from male aborted fetal tissue from 1966, and then the WI-38, which sounds like what's that spray stuff? WD-40. This is the human fetal tissue part, but it's WI-38. In 1962, that was derived from fetal tissue, and it's been grown since. So sometimes you guys will get vaccines that have human serum tissue in there, right? And then sometimes it'll actually have human tissue, and then they inject that into people. Seems sketchy.
So when I was a kid, when you were not even born yet, but when I was a kid, we got like 5 vaccines in school. Now there's like 15.
Yeah.
Even more than that.
Did you get the divot in your arm?
No, I never got that thing. What is that?
I don't know, polio or something?
Polio. That's
I don't
a
know.
polio shot.
Is it polio, you guys? The ones that leave the big mark? I think it's polio because they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, and it leaves a big old splotchy
Big old dent,
indentions in there.
So, who knew
Sherilyn.
that they used fetal tissue in certain vaccines? You guys ever knew?
Anybody?
Did you guys know that? That's what sometimes I see these things on Facebook.
Smallpox.
And I'm just like, oh, it's smallpox, not
Smallpox.
polio. Smallpox.
Yeah. Thanks, Jody. And it.
Oh, she knew. Look at that.
Yeah.
Everybody else knew.
Oh, An got one.
Yeah. I got 2. So I'm...
You have one in each arm?
No, I'm just... I'm double vaccinated.
There's a couple of or whatever they are, outbreaks of things that have come out recently, and so we're having to do more of those vaccine shots now. But I can't think of which one it is.
Well, measles, but that's ridiculous.
Oh, I think measles is it.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. Nobody dies of measles. Back in the day, you just invite your friends over for it. Same with chicken pox. So those are not worth the casualties,
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is, you guys are awfully quiet on the dead people in your vaccine thing. I'm surprised there's not more chatter on that, but okay, the next thing is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, and I have seen a lot of bizarre things. I have searched the internet when the internet was created by Al Gore. I searched high and low for every crazy weird thing, and I never came across this. So it's called osteoodontokeratoprosthesis. Can you say it really fast, like 3 times?
Did you write that down, or is that on here?
I wrote it there.
Oh, where is it? Osteoodontokeratoprosthesis. That was pretty good.
It's so. Oh, so Valerie got hers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this OOKP, osteoodonto. So osteo means bone, odonto means tooth, kerato means like karate. No, that's not right.
Odonto.
Keratin. Okay. And the prosthesis, right? So what they do It's called tooth in the eye procedure. Tooth in the eye. I made her watch this because it is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, so don't get offline if you have another computer or whatever, or later. It's it's called oh, I didn't write it down. Uh-oh.
She didn't write it down.
Well,
Holly always wrote stuff down.
I was so entranced by the stem cell thing.
Oh, don't tell them about that.
I'm not gonna tell you. We'll tell you in a little bit.
That'll be the Halloween thing.
Yes.
So, in 1960, this was developed to restore vision. They take... This is serious, right? They take a tooth, your tooth, and they shave it down, and then they drill a hole in it.
For real.
And then they put a little tube through there, and then they cut your eye, peel it back, put this on there, cover the cornea back over,
yep.
Let it all heal up, and then you can see again.
Yeah, it supposedly shines light back to the retina.
Yeah, it's like a permanent tube, so nothing can cover that up.
Does anyone have any idea why they used a tooth?
Yeah. Why?
Why a tooth instead of something else?
Well, you know...
This is a good Dr. Garrett question.
Because, you know, like, so you were talking about ligaments and stuff, but
right.
that's probably more invasive.
Well, and I was just thinking about, because when you look, if you look it up online, it's called tooth and eye procedure or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it's like, it's just weird because there's, you know,
really
it's
weird.
You have a tooth, and if it's not like shaped in the shape of your eye, then
and when
it's
if
wonky.
they got two of them done, when they eat, they go like this.
Oh, that was really bad.
What if you got a cavity in your eye then? Would that be bad?
I'm going to have to get off camera here for a second. Oh, that was really funny.
I get eye cavities. So then I put mercury in my eye. Get a mercury filling. That'd be pretty good. So 1960, but they still do this procedure. And if you guys go to like Google Images and type in osteoodontokeratoprosthesis, you'll look at these pictures, and it is the craziest thing you've ever seen. So it definitely meets our what in the actual hell is going on thing.
But you know, at the storyline, they did the video, and the storyline was really nice.
Yes.
I felt really good inside that this woman could actually see. She hadn't seen in 9 years.
She 9 years.
Yeah.
And she started crying, and she was all tearjerker.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, that's why my eyes are all red.
Dang, my teeth are crying. What if you took the eye and you put it in the tooth place? That work?
No. But nobody knows why. James is watching. Hey, everybody, welcome.
James
Okay,
knows.
so...
what?
So nobody knows why
Carrie
they
knows.
used a tooth instead.
I think Carrie's a doctor now. She'd be
Carrie?
knowing this stuff.
Hi, Carrie.
She's Australian. They do this stuff all the time in Australia.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They use the tooth because the tooth has to be. It's kind of part of the body.
Right.
So it needs oxygen and blood, right?
Yeah.
To.
And they get the connective tissue around the tooth.
Right.
And that way, when they put it in the eyeball, it regenerates that tissue pretty well.
Right. So there you have it.
Crikey.
That's why they probably don't use cartilage or anything else, because it's not.
I feel like we could probably do a better job then. Right? I think they're missing it. They went right for the teeth. We should go for the kneecap.
So what if you had an artificial tooth?
Booyah.
I don't think that's going to work.
No.
Because
Not
it
an
won't
artificial one.
Yeah.
No, like a kneecap.
Oh,
You
maybe.
can't use an artificial one.
No.
What if it was an artificial eye? So this is funny. There's this group.
That's a good point.
There's this
now,
group.
it can't be an artificial eye, then you don't have connected tissues to the retina.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was at this big old giant luncheon for this nutritional company, and all these doctors and people are talking about how this stuff is so great and it does all these wonderful things, you know. And so I told the group at my table, I said, my uncle, who was a Vietnam vet, he used this stuff. He was blind, and he used this stuff on his eye every day for 3 months. And after 3 months, he could see out of that eye. But the weird thing was, it was a glass eye. So it's funny because I was getting them all into this, and I was all detailed.
Was it Windex?
No. It was supplements or something like that. So, but I was just messing with them all. So, and they actually someone posted a picture and said, hey, look, this guy regenerated his finger, right? So he cut his finger off, and they used nutritional therapy, and he grew it back, right? Just like a lizard regrows stuff through stem cells. So we make all these stem cells to regenerate too. So they got it to grow back, and the nail was a little bit funky, and it looked a little weird. But so then I took that and photoshopped and made it longer. And I said, yeah, but did you see the 6 month post
finger?
Yeah.
Post finger?
Yeah. And then they all started freaking out.
He probably, I don't want to make, I'm not good at jokes. What? I was just going to say, like, when we turn this off, see, he would be like, you wouldn't even have to move. He would just go boop. You have you have to lean in to push it.
Oh my God, they don't know that. We have to push the button to shut it, and I always say, don't touch that button. So he would reach it. But that is the worst.
I'm just not a jokester, okay?
Right. So,
okay, what else?
You get to say the next one, because the next one is unbelievable. Wait, do you want to do the meat or the stem cells?
I don't know. The next two are really
weird,
interesting.
All right.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll do the meat one.
All right, so you do the meat one. So the next one, what the actual hell is? Tell us.
What do you want to come back from the dead?
Yeah.
Do you? Who wants to come back from the dead? And I was going to ask that question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was going to. Oh, sorry. Who wants to come back from the dead? But if somebody were to come back from the dead, then you wouldn't want to be like, what if I don't know. I need to reword this. What if it was kind of a bad situation, and then you come back and you're like alive, but can't do stuff?
Right. So what they're doing
That's
now
a serious question.
Is they got approval to take dead people, inject stem cells, do laser therapy, do electrical stimulation
to the brain,
and try to regenerate or turn back on the nervous system after the person is dead.
In the lower part of the brain.
Yeah. Carrie knows what I'm talking about. Carrie said Pet Cemetery. That's exactly what's going on. I saw the Lazarus Project, and it doesn't work out. Because what if that person goes to hell, then you regenerate them, they come back, and they got the devil inside of them. I've seen this movie.
That's messed up.
That's what happened in Pet Cemetery.
That's messed up.
And Pet Cemetery is based on a true story, I believe.
And Tammy's like, no.
So that's crazy.
Okay, but I've never seen Pet Cemetery.
Oh, it's basically that, but with a cat.
Okay.
So, they got FDA approved.
I gotcha.
To do this. Now, they were going to do this in India, but they couldn't get any...
2014, they halted it. They're like,
They couldn't get any patients. But I understand.
They couldn't get any patients.
The patients are dead. So, do they have a right to consent?
Yeah. How do they even consent if they're already...
So I had to
That's just not a very good process. They don't have that intact yet.
Oh.
They need to come up with a better process. Like, if you really want to come back, well, we can maybe do it, maybe not.
I think they should get pre-consent approval before they die to come back.
Don't they already have that?
No, they don't have that. It doesn't exist.
What, life support?
This is why we're doing it.
Right?
No, these
because
people are dead.
Life support actually keeps oxygen to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a controversy, or there has been a controversy, that if your heart stops beating, you're officially dead. But now they're finding that there's all kinds of different activity going on in the brain still.
All right, so I got a question. Because, did you see the movie, what's it called? It was back in the day with Julia Roberts.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that one.
You know what I'm saying? They're medical students and they shocked their heart and killed them. And then they have to go back, and so then they're dead, and then they bring them back and they remade it too. Flatliners.
Oh.
Flatliners,
yeah.
right? So, with
I remember
Flatliners,
that.
it didn't work out too well either. But did you know they don't shock people with those paddles to bring them back to life? You know why they shock people?
No.
To kill them.
First.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So-
they have to.
So it's always wrong in the
Yeah.
movies, because when you see that little flatliner like that, they're dead. They're gone. There's no electrical activity. There's no bringing them back, right?
Okay.
You can't regenerate. That's why we're doing this research where we can stem cell people back to life. But when their EKG is just flying off the chart, that's when they do the shocking. They put the paddles on them. I'm clear, you're clear, we're clear. Like that. Right?
Could you do that?
Because they're killing them. They stop the heart.
Ah.
And then the heart has pacemaker cells that then go up-a-boom, 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 and it's all good. So, all those movies are wrong.
Wow.
But, so that won't work. The Flatliners plot will not work with this research. That's what I'm trying to say. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I've worked in the medical field, but I don't know a lot of medical stuff.
Were you a candy striper?
No, I worked in radiology at Wesley for
Mm.
gosh, a long time. All my radiology peeps from back then. But that's when we used to have real X-rays instead of digital stuff. So we had a lot of fun in that place.
That's old school.
That is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go down a little pipe down to the basement where all the X-rays were kept.
What?
Like
a
a
fireman's
fire.
post?
Yeah.
At Wesley?
Yeah, because when you had something there was
That's
something going
not
on, you had to
true.
hurry up and get down there.
You
and-
guys were just high back in the 70s.
uh,
Okay, I'm just teasing. It's not the same.
it's good thing
Okay.
I didn't say how old I was when I was working there. But
So what do you guys think about the whole stem cell bringing people back to life thing? So there's some medical ethical, legal questions with that because A, consent, obviously. All I could think is Kavanaugh jokes. So there's that. But then also, if you bring them back, you were talking about that.
Maybe.
Like, if you bring them back from the dead, like, then what? Right? So that would be pretty bad if, like, just like Lazarus Project. Who saw Lazarus Project? Because that was a good movie. It was
Ooh.
scary, and they actually did that.
I need to keep up with your comments. Okay, so Valerie says creepy. Well, it is getting ready to be, Halloween.
This is like Halloween stuff.
And Carolyn says, I can't remember where I heard this, but I would like your insight. People who do not get the chickenpox immunization, but rather get the chickenpox disease, are susceptible to getting shingles.
Well,
That's
both.
what I heard, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, chickenpox. So, chickenpox is from the herpes family, just like mono, pseudomono, which is Epstein-Barr, and then silent megavirus, and then also shingles and chickenpox and herpes simplex. They're all part of the herpes virus. So, if you've ever had chickenpox, you've had herpes, and you should probably tell your partner.
Well, hasn't everybody had chickenpox? I mean, especially when I was young.
I didn't mess around with no chickens.
Oh,
Did you catch the pox from messing with the chickens?
maybe.
So, chicken pox, chicken pox, if it infects the skin, then it's those little bumps, right? But if it then hits a nerve, so you have to have a barrier problem there. But if it gets in a nerve, then it goes down to the nerve root and the ganglia, and then it lives there, and that becomes shingles. But either way, all those viruses thrive off of arginine, and arginine is like an aphrodisiac to them, right? It's like Pam Grier back in the 1970s movies, right? So, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
So, what?
I wasn't born then.
Yeah. It's like Ryan Gosling in The Notebook.
Oh.
Wait, was he in the Notebook? No, I don't think that's true.
No.
Hmm.
Don't know anything.
And I think Ryan Gosling was in the Notebook.
Yeah, he probably was. I guess so.
All right. So
I've never seen it.
What was the point? Oh, so arginine is like an aphrodisiac
right.
to the herpes virus, right? But it is conversely and proportionate, or inversely proportionate with the lysine, which is another amino acid. So people can take lysine and get rid of their shingles like that, and they use lavender. That'll help the speed up the healing process. Not Carmex or other.
I didn't know that. My stepmom and my mom had shingles
herpes
at the same time.
So they both had herpes at the same time.
That sounds different.
They have the herpes family of viruses. I think we should just say it like that.
I think everybody has some kind of
chickenpox herpes
form of it.
Yeah, because everybody got
herpes,
chickenpox.
yeah.
So back in the
you can
day,
even like kiss. You can get it from kissing on some levels, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's like. Just Carol says, I don't remember what this was
Carol
in reference
Farrell.
to. Hello, Carol Farrell.
She went hiking again.
She did.
She does hiking Kansas, y'all. You gotta go hiking with her.
Yeah. So, and I think you can find that on her Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
And join the group. If you donate your body to science, can't they do what they want with it?
Oh yeah, I dissected lots of dead people.
Really?
Yeah. Probably like 6 dead people.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like? You just kind of had to turn off your.
I mean, they're people, but they're just parts.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. It didn't bother me.
Well, it's good. I mean, because we need people like you, because people like me probably couldn't do that.
Oh, you think you're better than me now?
No, I just I just don't think that I could.
No, you can't.
If it was dependent upon someone's life force, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they're dead.
I know, but
It would be irrespectful of them to not cut them up. We had a person with 6 fingers like that, and we took breast implants out of an old woman. And we had someone that had cancer in their intestines. We had some really interesting cases in there.
yeah, I mean, you learn a lot from that,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's why I take
Yeah.
one home.
And I appreciate that.
Study groups.
Yeah.
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 All right, what else?
Okay. Tammy says we should take the money.
Wait, she donated the Carol Farrell. She's talking about the donating bodies.
Yeah, we just said that.
So.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't think these
We
people
don't-
donated. These are people that are brain dead
Mhm.
for the research. They didn't consent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we should take. Tammy Stevens says we should take the money being invested into this and fix our food system. Right.
That's our next story.
That is exactly
We fixed
right.
it. We did fix it.
Yeah.
The next one's gonna be really good because we totally fixed it.
Yeah. Never thought. On says never thought of it like that.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Tracy replied to Carol, only in Alabama.
These are old. I don't even know what's going on at this point.
I know, right?
And
It's like Tom Selleck in the 80s. And then Carrie says, cold sores. Sad face. when I'm stressed, they pop up.
There's like a schizophrenic bulletin board here.
We're all over the board.
I don't know what the hell's
it's
going
okay. Keep up with us.
Okay, so the next story of what the actual hell is, how many of you guys are vegan or vegetarian because of cruelty to animals? So put that down so we can put you on the list. And then we got a solution for you, right? What about
Clean meat.
clean meat? No torture meat. Yeah?
Who's gonna look that up on Google?
It's ethical and sustainable,
Yes.
and they grew meat in a laboratory. So just like we talked about, they grew the fetal cells to make vaccines. They grew cow cells to make cow meat in a lab. In 2013, they came up with their first burger in the lab, and it cost what, $300,000?
It was $330,000 at first to
Worth
grow
it.
a 2-inch size burger.
Whoa!
Maybe about like
it's not
this.
the size of the burger.
In 2000,
It might have been cold in the lab.
In 2016. That is just amazing to me.
They grew
However,
a 2-inch piece of meat. So they grew that meat in a lab.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they literally, we watched the whole video. You can watch it online. It's called Wired is the
It's called gross.com.
Wired is the group that does it, but it's called Inside the Quest to Make Lab Grown Meat.
Yeah.
And you know, as I was watching it, I was kind of like, ugh, you know, but it's like
By the end, she was drooling. There's Pandora.
hi. And it was just very interesting to me watching this whole cellular process, because before the show started, we were talking about everything is made up from cellular structures.
Oh yeah.
And but we could probably talk about that another time. But anyway,
So would you eat it?
it looked a little bit like you would take hamburger meat, maybe mix a little cream in with it, and saute it, but it's not going to stick together.
Dude, it
It's
looked
just a
like
little
Taco Bell's
bit-
meat. It looked like Taco Bell meat. Yeah?
Yeah, it looks just like Taco Bell's meat,
It
except
did.
it was a little different in color. Taco Bell has a little darker meat substance. But if you're vegetarian or you're vegan and you're eating like tofu and stuff like that, I mean, to me it became something that I was like, you know, it's made out of the same cellular structure as if tofu is made out of soybeans, and they're just making, you know, I don't know. It at first it felt really odd, but then after I watched the whole process that they are working on, it didn't feel so bad.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't eat it.
I feel like Carol's saying inappropriate things now.
I don't like cream with my meat, Carol says.
But they
oh,
made
and
a
Tammy
treat.
says, you had me, then the lab word came into play.
I
Nope.
know.
And Tammy,
Come on,
yeah,
you guys wouldn't eat
I
that?
concur. Well, what they were doing is putting it on like
They made a fish croquette
and
too.
and they're doing fish too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finless fish.
Yeah, they're having a hard time reproducing the fins or the scales.
And their goal was a fish fillet. So you know they're getting their funding from from McDonald's.
Yeah, and the whole topic is speaking of McDonald's, is they were talking about, you know, we're so fixated on what things are supposed to taste like McDonald's chicken nuggets. If it doesn't look like a McDonald's chicken nugget, I'm not going to eat it. But however, people eat the bazooka out of McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
However, I did notice the other day that the chicken nuggets look a little bit different because someone got some chicken nuggets for my son.
Mm-hmm.
And they do look a little bit different. And I tried one.
Aren't they
and it
real
actually
now?
tasted okay, but
So they glue that meat together with tissue transglutaminase derived from pig's blood.
yeah.
And then they punch out the... So then it's solid meat instead of the ground
Right.
up pink slime. But then they just punch out the chicken shapes, because none of those shapes are like chicken shapes. But they punch out those shapes, and then they fry them up, right?
Yeah. And, you know...
But it's glued together meat.
So the McDonald's on Seneca and Douglas and Seneca, they have on their billboard, and I think Tracy had posted this once, but it says something like, how does it go, Tracy? Are you still with us?
We'll inject them with stem cells.
It says, it's in the taste, not the shape.
Oh,
Or
gross.
something like that.
What?
Yeah.
About the nuggets?
Yeah. I don't know what they were talking about. It was just random. It was on their billboard underneath their sign.
That's
their
gross.
McDonald's sign.
Gina, would you eat lab meat?
Carol, I'm going to go eat dinner now.
I don't know. So I don't know. That
Hi,
lab meat's
Gina.
pretty gross, but it looks weird, and so they can't
Yeah.
get the texture right for a steak
Great
because
marketing.
there's connective tissue in the way that muscles form, you know, to pull on
Yeah.
bones and all that. They don't have all that connective tissue because each little spindle of muscle fiber actually has connective tissue. connective tissue. I'm just teasing. Connective tissue around it, and then bundles or fascicles have the connective tissue around those, and then the whole group of muscles has that. So then when you chop that meat in half and slice out some steaks, there's all this connective tissue in there that also adds texture and flavor that you can't get with that potted meat version.
That's potted meat.
Potted meat.
Why are they doing all this research and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars when we already have Spam?
I was raised on the potted meat.
What kind of potted meat?
Vienna sauce. No,
oh, yeah,
just a can of potted meat.
Oh. It says potted meat.
Freaking gross.
Do they still make that?
Yes, they do. I took a picture at the store the other day. And the Vienna sausages, potted meat, right? That was what my mom would feed us. My dad, we're a little bit more upscale, Spam and bologna, right? Yeah. It's all the same stuff.
But I gotta tell you, that bologna, and if it's fried,
with mayo and white bread? That's some ghetto stuff there.
Yeah. My mom wrapped ours up in wax paper.
What?
Yeah. With maybe some...
Sandwich when it was done? Or did you eat the paper?
Well, if we had to go some...
Wax paper?
If we had to go somewhere...
Was this during the 20s?
No, this is like she would give us a plate, and it was just... There's this, this warm fuzzy thing that when I was a kid, I would unwrap that white bread...
Wax
bologna mayo sandwich, and the paper would make this crinkly sound, and it was just this is so good.
Now my kids are eating tofu.
I was probably really hungry. Tofu.
Yeah, they eat tofu.
Made out of soybeans. Yeah.
Well, one thing that they're doing doing really well, is they do
love it.
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Tu parles français?
No, but you remember that Iron Chef on the Food Network?
Je sais.
Yeah, do you remember that? And they would use that in almost everything. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. C'est chanter le massage pour rouge de l'île.
Oh, oui.
Oui. So, foie gras basically has the same texture and consistency as the lab meat, so it works perfect.
Okay.
So Tracy says,
fresh beef, a better taste, not shape. That was what the sign said. Thanks,
what the hell
Tracy.
does that mean? Fresh beef,
a better taste, not shape.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know. I think they were jabbing Wendy's, because they have square hamburgers.
Oh yeah, and they're also fresh. So.
Could be jabbing at Wendy's or.
Yeah, Gina's feeding canned tuna to a stray cat.
And they said no way.
Oh my God, that's cold. Yeah. You know what's funny is
I'm not eating that.
Cats don't have a taste bud for sweet.
Oh really?
So cats won't bother you about candy and stuff,
idea.
right? But they do have the savory, the umami. So they react to MSG. And so one day when we were teaching anatomy and physiology, we were talking about this. And so one of my students, because Funyuns are high in the MSG, she fed her cat Funyuns. And she said in the middle of the night, the cat was at the window just like...
I don't doubt it.
Like it was just jacked up on that stuff.
MSG. Oh my gosh.
That should be on the show. MSG.
We've talked about it. We talked about it last week.
So,
yeah.
Guess when they're going to have this commercial, or this meat available commercially for you guys to eat? It's going to be in 2019.
Yeah.
Next year. Next year.
Clean meat, y'all.
Just the company called Just, which I think I've seen their products before, and Finless are going to come out with lab-grown fish and beef. Why not mix it together?
Why not?
I bet that makes chicken.
I mean, the guy said, he used keywords like, as long as it tastes somewhat good.
That's all Americans need.
That's all we need. We just need to do that. Because they're so fixated on taste,
right. They make fish sticks out of that. It'd be fine.
Well, fish sticks are kind of like that anyway.
Right.
The texture.
They're just ground up fish parts. They're the bologna of fish.
Oh, what about that? That sandwich that we make. You stir up the hamburger, put the sauce in there, and you put it on buns.
Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
That's what that looked
That's what
like.
it looked like.
It's Sloppy Joe. Okay, so we have dead people in our vaccines.
Yep.
We have putting the tooth in the eye to restore vision. Sounds crazy. Injecting stem cells into dead people to bring them back, because that's a good idea. And then making meat in a lab. So, that all sounds great. But one of the other solutions we have is we want cheap meat, but we don't want to pay a lot for that meat. So what if we put cows on feedlots, fed them subsidized corn, and then we can make dirt cheap ass meat, but there's a risk. And if you feed animals corn, it's a high sugar. Now corn comes out the same, so you can always wash it off just in a cinder and reuse it. You know that, right?
Oh, I did.
No.
I do now.
So
If I didn't.
it won't recob though. So you take that. What are we talking about? Corn? Oh.
Yeah. No, you're talking about
So the corn
cattle.
is high sugar, so it changes the gut bacteria. Just like when we eat too much sugar, will actually cause a dysbiosis of the bacterial bacteria in our gut and cause bad ones to overgrow. So with the cows, the one that overgrows is E. coli 0157H7, which is deadly. So every year, kids die from this bacteria, and they have massive amounts of recalls. I think it's like half all the recalls are just due to this one bacteria. If you switch the cows back to grass, it all goes back down within 2 weeks to normal ranges. But this literally means we are willing to kill children for cheap meat, right? So we're not going to stop making cheap meat because that's crazy talk. I mean, companies are important, and that stock has to be pretty high. Even if some kids die, my stock goes up. So what could we do instead of that to allow us to still make this horrific meat? What if we wash it with ammonia? Toxic ammonia. The stuff that'll kill you if you drink it. So, if we wash, I think it's like 85% of all processed meat now is washed with ammonia to kill the E. coli 0157H7 so that we can eat cheap-ass corn-fed meat on feedlots.
There you go.
And that's crazy.
Yeah, it's super crazy. And if you go to a fish house or sushi bar or something like that, and all your fish smells a little vinegary, careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
You know, my sushi the other day, it had I always get salmon rolls and tuna rolls, and the tuna rolls, they look like farm tuna. They don't look.
We won't say where.
But the salmon rolls, they were like gray. Yeah, they were not red. Now, they're almost always red. I go across the street to Wasabi all the time and eat there. They're almost always great looking. But this time they did not look good at all.
Well, keep in mind that the salmon, when they start their journey from the ocean and head up north, I mean, their meat actually starts turning color as they make their way up the rivers.
You know why?
Because of all the mercury and stuff.
No.
I don't know.
Because they eat crustaceans, and they're full of zeaxanthins.
There you go.
And that stains the meat pink and red. So the redder it is, the more antioxidants that are in that meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and my thoughts were is once they went through all the river systems and they're pretty much contaminated all the way up there, and then they get up there, they're like the end of their life.
Well,
and they've gone this whole journey. I actually have a friend who's writing or has written, or I haven't talked to them in a long time, but they were talking about that process of how they get up to their final stages of life, where they lay more eggs, and then everything. It's like
they breed and they just die, right? Yeah.
Well, a lot of bears eat them.
Bears. They eat people too.
No, they don't. They just hurt people if they.
They probably hurt people's feelings. Got more comments?
Carol, have you heard of the book Real Food, Fake Food? Yeah, I have heard about that. I haven't read it, though.
We live that in America.
Yeah, right?
Especially since 1960.
Yeah, sushi's good.
Yeah.
Gina. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean,
So here's your question.
yeah, what's my question?
Did I eat the sushi?
Yes.
I did.
He ate it anyway.
I ate it anyways.
So,
I figured the wasabi and the tamari
we're not naming any names.
probably kills it. Like, it probably is okay then. I didn't get sick.
No, he didn't get sick. And sometimes, yeah, the wasabi. Well, it's not real wasabi that they
I
use in the
know.
sushi restaurants either.
I know, real
I mean,
wasabi.
it's just,
It's green. It's horseradish with green food coloring. I think.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I bought my own at Peak's place.
Yeah.
Pike's Place.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not that terribly expensive. I mean, it's what, maybe $10 for a. I know it sounds funny, but we paid more for makeup stuff and everything. But little jar about like that.
Yeah. So I
About
bought
10 or 12 bucks.
I bought like 3 ounces of powdered wasabi, and then I cut it with some flour, and then I started dealing it to my friends
He's sharing.
so I can turn a profit.
He shares his
Mhm.
wasabi. And
So
it's not green. It's like a.
no, real
gray-
wasabi's green.
Is it?
Yeah,
No,
because
I
it's
didn't
green
think it was green.
horseradish, but it only grows in certain climates, like in Japan, and so they can't grow that one very well in the U.S. or in other countries.
Like-
So then they just use food coloring and horseradish. Because it's just
I thought
it's
it was
just green
sort of
horseradish.
like a gray paste.
No.
I don't know why I was thinking that then.
Now ginger's supposed to be gray,
Oh,
but not Marianne.
I've been to Japan like 3 times and.
You've been to Japan 3 times?
Oh yes, and their food is so good.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Sumimasen? Itadakimasu?
How
Itadakimasu? Sumimasen? Hashima.
Hi. Hi.
No?
Look at us, we're all like international speakers.
Sure.
I only know like a few words in each language. Sounds like I know more, but I don't. I just know a few words.
Yeah.
I was teaching Alex the word no and yes in Spanish and Japanese, and he actually did pretty good remembering it. So
What does no say mean in Spanish? You know that?
no, no say.
It's a funny one.
Okay.
It's a joke because it means I don't know. So you ask them, what does no say
No
mean? And they go,
No
I don't
sé.
know. And you go, but you speak Spanish. Damn it.
You're so cute.
Does it smell like Up Dog?
No, all I'm smelling is this awesome
Does that smell like Up Dog?
iced lemon cake tea
Dang it,
from
nothing
Tezo.
worse.
I got it at Target. I'm sure lots of other places.
Asphincter says
I'm-
what?
What? Hey,
Wait, did you say it?
No.
Did you say what?
Say what?
I think she did. Damn it.
Oh, we'll have to go back and look.
Okay. So there's 73,000 illnesses and deaths a year due to that bacteria, so we can feed them corn. But the bacteria, the toxin, you know what it's called? Shigatoxin.
Sugar.
Sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Shigatoxin. How did your uncle
You
die?
know?
Shigatoxin.
You know, this is, I want to just say one thing to everyone. And nothing else.
That ain't gonna happen.
Oh, I know, right?
All right.
I just want to say one thing. You know, we all have to give kudos to Patrick because while he's talking about all of these things that are killing everyone, he's trying to help everyone understand this is his livelihood. You know, people that have problems with because of eating corn and toxins and everything else that we do in life. So thank you. I just thought of that.
That's so sweet.
Thank you, because you know this is your livelihood, and you're trying to help people in a way that you know most companies would probably be trying to benefit from it. So
You know, it gets exhausting too,
I bet it does.
because it's constantly like, no. This is what the research shows. This is how physiology works.
Right.
And they're like, but I saw that it said this, and it's like, no. That's where you get like protein ones, and milk helps the bones, and that kind of stuff. It's like fighting an uphill battle all the time.
Mhm.
It's crazy. So,
Gina says yes, thank you, doctor.
All right, so the last one we'll talk about is mercury in your teeth, because that's a great idea. So we want to eat 150 pounds of added sugar to our diet because we're Americans. But we don't want our teeth to fall out. And we don't want to put them in our eyes.
We have dentists.
Right.
Yep. That's just so we can... maybe there's a conspiracy happening.
It is.
Sugar companies are like, dentists, you need to be more busy. We'll make a different kind of candy bar.
That's right.
It will be addictive. We'll put all that MSG in there, and everybody will be like,
So when you were
oh, my
teaching...
tooth, I gotta go to the dentist. And then it's a vicious cycle.
You know the difference between me and you? You... I've seen pictures. So, you were teaching your kid Japanese,
Yeah.
and I was teaching my kid to do West Side.
Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff.
West Side?
I just don't know any of it.
No. What about our blue waffles?
Oh, I remember that, but you know what? That's a long time ago. That was like over a year and a half ago. Did you know that? Everybody in our little tribe, that was a year and a half ago when we did blue waffles.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
A year and a half. So,
Almost.
yeah, no, it's got to be more than that, doesn't
More?
it?
Let's see. Tracy and I met each other in May.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's our March.
March.
So in April, I think, is when we got our little group together. And
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so this will be coming up on 2 years.
2 years.
2 years of the Blue Wafflers. 2 years. Right?
Wow.
2 years? No, they're coming up in April.
Next April.
This coming April.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
2 years this April.
Yeah, so that's Blue
17th to be
Blue
exact.
Wafflers is like this.
Yeah.
The Latin Kings is like this. Yeah?
Okay. Peace.
So we were doing, trying to get,
I don't know.
you do blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to get my friend to do that, and we took a picture, and it looks like we're dyslexic. We didn't spell blood at all, so.
Did it backwards.
It did. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So.
Clean meat. Coming soon. Okay, when it does come out, we're gonna try it.
I'm not trying that.
We're gonna try it. It's no different than eating like tofu or
yeah.
chicken nuggets from McDonald's or. I better watch what I say.
What?
McDonald's gets a hold of me saying this, and whew,
You know all those natural doctors are dying.
that's what you said.
They're killing them all.
Ugh,
So,
that was a big statement.
yes. All right. We haven't made a drug reference yet.
I cannot see who is on there. You are just gonna have to help me with that.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah. Try it live, Carol says. I
Yes.
think, honestly,
What?
I think we should start something.
I know.
Let's do
Cooking
that.
after dark.
Who would love that? We'll try stuff. We'll just try wacky and
What?
healthy things, good things.
Yeah.
Want to?
Yeah.
Like food stuff.
Oh, food stuff. Sure, I guess.
Want to? Who would love that? Thumbs up if you would love that.
I think
That's like
well,
the new age
like
cooking show
jackfruit.
right there. The new future forward.
No, I want to do the cooking after dark.
Hi, Theo.
Cooking after dark
Hi.
with Dr. G. We drink martinis and we make food and talk smack. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
Oh, wow. Everybody wants that. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's what we
Okay.
need to do.
When should we start? Like today? Should we just go
Start making food right now.
Hey, well, this
You
is
gotta
our
let-
first one. An inaugural.
That's-
We made.
No, we can't. We gotta drink liquor, man.
we made glazed lemon.
We gotta get all
tea.
liquored up.
Oh man. Okay, so I think we had like 800 hearts on that one.
Yes.
Cooking after dark. It's on.
Yeah. So,
Call me the new Kathy.
Oh, see?
What is it? Kathy Lee.
Kathy Lee,
I'm in.
she like beat her children or something like that.
What?
Kathy Lee, I thought she did
Gifford.
something. Yeah, Gifford. I thought,
No.
Oh, her husband cheated on her. She didn't do anything wrong.
Oh no, that was
Her husband cheated
that
on her.
was years ago.
Yeah.
He's passed, by the way.
Her husband?
Mhm.
Good. If you cheat, you die. That's what happens.
Wowza.
So, we end up putting 50% mercury in people's teeth so that they can
Melissa.
keep eating a bunch of crap and get cavities.
Still.
So,
it's a
like
conspiracy.
when I had I had a tooth that cracked in the back, and the doctor said, "Would you like silver, gold, or porcelain?" He didn't say, would you like mercury or gold?
Mercury.
I would have picked
Mercury.
porcelain or gold, right? I would never pick mercury. But it's silver colored. But gold is real gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bunch of bull crap.
Yeah, and I think we talked on this a little bit last week. You know, when you have those mercury fillings or those silver fillings installed, that is the potential for mercury contamination, like on a very high level. I don't know what the percentage is to you.
Yeah. So
and taking them out, like I did. I had 4 of them taken out.
You had 4?
4 at the same
Nice.
time. I had a bruise the size. You might see a couple pictures on my Facebook page. And my bruise was just
Really?
like this big, and it was gnarly looking.
If you had all bruised, you guys should go to dinner with Tracy. And then every time Tracy puts his arm up,
We talked about that. I was like, stop.
No.
Anyway,
So-
no, she's a very gentle person.
You know, it's
She
funny.
pokes me sometimes. Boop.
Who?
Tracy, I'm like, stop poking me.
What's that have to do with your mercury? So I had both mine removed, and my dentist said, why do you want to get those? I feel like we talked about this already.
We did. We talked about it last week.
God dang it, I didn't mark it off.
Oh, well, that's why I said we talked about it.
All
We
right.
touched on that topic last week. But what about...
Damn it, Kathy Lee.
I know. It just doesn't listen to me sometimes.
Well, what's the last thing then?
Recycle poo
Formaldehyde.
water. We talked on that.
talked about poo
we
water.
still have about 5 minutes.
We have a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, what, y'all,
Yeah.
say something on there about what would you really like us to cook that you think is so bizarre?
Jackfruit. Jackfruit and barbecue.
Is that bizarre?
N-
That doesn't sound bizarre.
Well, nobody knows what jackfruit is. Sherilyn does. Sherilyn, I ate jackfruit, barbecue jackfruit at vegan Thanksgiving in her house.
Oh, yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, you did.
Is she on here, Cheryl?
All
Are
the
you
cool
on
people
here?
were there.
Yeah.
Where were you? You were
I
too
know.
good for
I think
that?
I was at another Thanksgiving
Another
event.
vegan Thanksgiving meal?
I know, right? I know.
We could do
Cheryl,
jackfruit.
have us over for another vegan meal.
Yeah, she gonna do.
Hey,
yeah,
she could
it's
be on the show because
it's
she
Halloween.
does a lot of cooking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Oh my god, that jackfruit was great. So I bought 2
It's yum,
cans of
Carol says.
jackfruit and brine, and I'm gonna make my own vegan barbecue.
And
See?
jackfruit is a fruit?
Jackfruit is the largest fruit, and they can weigh up to 70 pounds, and they grow up in these big trees, and sometimes they kill people when they fall.
Oh, I bet so.
Yeah.
That'd be like me falling out of a tree, times 2.
That would be like me and a half. So
Right?
you can buy it at Thai Ben. You can buy an actual jackfruit,
Okay.
or you can buy like
Are
a
they
slice
the
of
ones
it.
with the kind of points on them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're kind of spiky.
I think I've seen that prepared one of the, I don't remember which show it is now, but it's hard to cut.
The
It's
Iron
kind
Chef.
of like coconut stuff.
No, they're easy. You pull back the skin.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, and then you take the heart out, and you got to take a bite out of the heart when you kill the jackfruit, and then you're a man.
This is Halloween episode. No, wait. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So, tooth in the eye, lab meat, dead people regenerated, dead people injected in the vaccines, mercury in the teeth, and then
Ammonia on everything that comes through the
Ammonia.
meat processing plants.
ammonia so we can kill children with our corn-fed meat.
Well, there are some natural food stores that will carry brands of meat that have
Grass-fed, grass-fed.
what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, just good
Ammonia-free?
processes of taking the animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like torture-free.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's called something else, though.
Well, it's right in here.
Tortureless.
Tortureless?
Yeah, no, it's on the next one.
It's on the next page.
Slaughter-free.
Slaughter-free, ethical,
And sustainable.
and sustainable.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so next week we're going to have another guest. And Suzanne's still going to be a guest because apparently Holly's still doing paperwork.
Yay!
She's large in charge.
I'm
so
coming back.
next week we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, or lower somewhere. But it's about sex. So we're going to have
He didn't ask.
a relationship
You didn't ask me.
expert. I did. About sex?
About next week.
You drew some pictures and you explained it all to me.
I'm your... Oh, Sabrina!
Yes, that's what I said.
That's awesome.
So Sabrina Al Ferrari... No, Maserati. Sabrina Al Maserati. Do you know that's right? Just like the car.
Yeah.
That's why every guy proposes to her, because her last name is the name of a car. Yeah. Her first name should be Bacon Maserati.
I know a guy named Basil Bacon. That's for real.
Confusing. Basil Bacon?
Mm-hmm.
Seems
He's a
like
very
he'd
nice
wear
man.
like glitter jeans and a hard hat. On stage next, Basil Bacon.
With a side of...
That sounds like my stage name. So,
Carol, we'll get a really good knife to cut the jackfruit.
that's right.
Can we cook something next week?
No, we're going to talk about sex.
Well,
We
doesn't
can, sex
that
and
kind
relationships.
of align itself with
We
relationships?
could cook hot dogs and McDonuts.
food? I think everybody's...
Have you seen Sausage Time?
We're dropping people.
Oh my god.
Be
All right.
prepared next week, because I guess I don't know what the topics are.
You
but
guys are going to talk about sex, and I'm going to make bad jokes.
I'll be here.
Yeah. So
I'll keep everybody, on the level.
So I know most of you guys watch this off air here, but post your sex questions or sexy
Within reason.
No reason.
Yeah, you gotta
You're
going all out.
No,
I
you
don't
can't,
know.
because when people talk about sex, they'll be like, "Oh, well, I can't say that." Oh my god.
Oh.
You guys got to make some fake accounts so you can have some real stuff.
Well, I'll tell you this. There's a lady out of Canada called the Sex Lady.
What?
She has a show every night. I don't know.
Oh,
It's been 100
nice.
years ago since
What's
I
this,
heard about it. And she's like
what's this
70 or
What's this?
75,
Oh,
and she
I'm
talks
out.
about
That's
everything.
a hard no. I'm hard pass.
She talks about everything.
Right, just like Dr. Ruth.
Everything.
Just like Dr. Ruth.
No, more than Dr. Ruth.
More than
I mean,
Dr.
she
Ruth?
she will. You know that topic about the hysteria last week? She
Yeah.
tests those things and tells you which one's the best one. I didn't really like this because of that and the other.
Hysteria solution, medical solutions.
Yeah, the cure
Yeah.
for hysteria.
I think that was best last week. So,
Aphrodisiacs. Yeah, we'll do that.
yeah, Karma
Thanks, Carrie.
Sutra. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So next week we're going to have Sabrina Al Maserati, who is she's a licensed marriage and family therapist, and she deals a lot with sexy sex and relationship stuff, and talking about the stuff that people won't talk about, and to get a better relationship.
Yes.
So.
And if you want to check out her website, she has Reconnect.
Oh yeah, Reconnect.
Relationship coaching, and she's just launched
Is it reconnect.com?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
So, or if you want to find out more, just give us a message on here, and we'll get back with you.
So the goal next week is to ask Sabrina a question that makes her blush. Whoever does that will win
That's a tough one.
jackfruit. All right.
Ooh, yeah, good deal.
I bet she'll blush right away. Okay, thank you guys.
It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Has it?
Yeah.
So
I really
I'm gonna go
appreciate
get that
him.
tooth in the eye thing done later.
I think Patrick saved my life. I think you did.
Really?
I think if I kept taking those medications, I think I would have just popped over dead.
Yeah.
I was just on too many meds.
Yeah. Oh,
Thanks.
you're so sweet. All right.
Yeah.
So, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. And An did not ask anything embarrassing, and she said she was going to. And I feel like next week's her time.
I know she's gonna be on next
I
week.
promised you she was going to say something, but she said she didn't do it. So, bye, you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
If we had that extra finger,
Thanks for
long
watching.
finger,
I know,
then we
right?
could do that. We don't. Should we touch that button? Touch it. Bye, you guys.